Hello. So I usually start making a list for Jamie um, about this time of year, maybe a little bit later, for what kind of items that I'd like for my birthday and Christmas and maybe anniversary or whatnot. But really, there's only a couple of items of things that I want, and I've verbally told him numerous times. Um, it's a want, not a need. I want stuff. I need him. I would be just as happy having him spend time with me than if he bought than buying me the latest gadget and going to work. So, I'm not about materialistic things. There are a few things that I want and there's a few things that I need. So, you know, it used to be I would have a whole list of like, oh my gosh, I need to have this movie, this season of this show, this CD, blah blah blah. It would make a long list, and it'd be like, okay, if you want to get me something, get it off of this list. Now it's like the few basic things that I want or need. I tell him, and he's really not going to be able to top what he gave me last year when he proposed to me and gave me a ring. I mean, he can top it by buying another gift, but that's not really what tops it for me. My feeling, my heart, my memory, he can't top that. So all he can do now is give me the gift of his time and let's do something together. Let's go have a meal out if we want, or let's plan a fancy meal that we make at home together, or let's go see a movie, or let's go, I don't know. We just you get set in your ways. It's like you want to do something together. You want to just get away from it all and enjoy each other's company. And um, I, on my list, I started making one of the things was I want to go back to the sushi place that we went to. Now he eats sushi and all that stuff. I don't eat the seafood, the shrimp, any of that stuff. I do the veggie ones, but they have other stuff on the menu that was good too. That I like. This place is all you can eat, and it's like a reverse buffet. They bring it to you instead of you going to it and making what you want. So it's nice atmosphere. You can sit and chat, and um, you can pretend you know how to eat with chopsticks. What's kind of funny is I lived 4 years in Japan, and I can't get I know how to use the chopsticks, but I can't get them to use for everything, and my hands get tight and shaky. So it's like a lot of times I just ask for a fork. And I know that seems kind of wrong and kind of weird, but at the same time, it's like if I'm going to go to some place and enjoy it, I'd like to be able to eat the food. And it's really hard to eat a bunch of rice um, with sticks. I mean, you can, and when you get the sushi rolls, they're already rolled in it, so it's okay. But after a while, it gets to be um, easier to do with a fork. I mean, it can be done with chopsticks, and Jamie does most of his meal, if not his whole meal, with the chopsticks. But I guess maybe I never fully got the gist of it. I mean, it's like if a Japanese person wants to eat a steak, you need a fork and a knife to cut it, or a stick and a knife to cut it, and then you can pick it up with your chopsticks if you want, but you still require like a fork and a knife. So if you can use it then you can use it when you eat sushi. Although yes, sometimes it's easier to use the chopsticks to pick up your sushi roll, but um I don't know. You're supposed to pick it up. You're supposed to put whatever you want on top of it. You're supposed to dip it in the soy sauce and then eat it. So a lot of times I'll put it on the fork and I'll put the fork down in the soy sauce and lift it up. But then if I don't have something underneath me and it leaks all over me. So go figure. But yeah. I mean, I making my list. I was thinking, I'm like, there's not a lot of things that I really want. I mean, what I really want. Um, I have everything that I want and need. Well, I have everything that I need. There's always a want, but I was trying to explain the difference between a want and a need to Jamie. And he was like, it's the same thing. No, it's not. Okay, take this for example. You need to eat. You need to get fuel in your body to burn while you're, you know, whether you're walking around your apartment, the neighborhood, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're working a job and doing strenuous stuff, you're doing exercises, you're running errands, whatnot. You need fuel. You can't drive a car without gas in it unless it's an electric car, and you have to have something to make it go. So you have to do that with yourself too. Okay, you need to eat. Okay, you want a hamburger and french fries. A salad will give you fuel too. Put a little bit of a grilled chicken breast in there or something and have the right consistency of uh, vegetables and whatnot. So, um, you need to eat. You want a hamburger. Now, you can have a need where you need a hamburger, say your iron's down, or you need to add some fat to your bones or some meat to your bones or something. So there's a time when a hamburger is a good choice, is the option. So let's take for example another one. You need to go to the store because you're out of X, Y, and Z. You need to go to the store because you you need to get groceries. You go to the store and you pick up candy because you want it, not because you need it. So, I mean, I'm bringing it all back to food, which doesn't really work well. Okay, laundry. You need to wash your clothes. And you can go and buy, go to a laundromat, you can have a washer and a dryer, you can buy the cheap soap, but you want to use something like Tide or something that's going to cost you a lot of money for it. You need to wash your clothes. You want to use Tide. You need to wash your clothes. You can get a cheap soap that cleans it just as good, sometimes if not better. My mother-in-law will use the whole I got these Tide Pods, but I saved them for the better clothes. It's like, okay, what do you want to say is better than another? Towels or sheets for your bed, or blankets. I wash it with the good soap. The other, your regular clothes or Jamie's uniforms. I wash it with the good soap, but the other stuff I just use the regular stuff. It's confusing me. I use all the same stuff for everything. Unless it specifically says to use something else, that's what I use. It's easier. I don't get all fancy with stuff. Although I appreciate when somebody does it. You know, I just like clothes that smell like they're clean and it cleans your clothes. I don't need the expensive stuff, but if somebody uses it on my clothes, I'll say thank you. I'm a fairly simple person. And I don't mean I'm simple minded. I mean simple things, I don't need the top of the line of this or I don't need the top of the line of that. You know, I can buy generic over the counter medication. I can buy generic prescription drugs. I can buy, generic coffee or something like that. Some people say, ew, why buy generic when you can buy the regular stuff? I don't buy generic for everything, but when you want to save money, you do what you got to do for it. So you'll learn, whether you're young, whether you're old, you have a way of doing things and it works for you. Some people need over the top and need the highest end of everything and the ritziest stuff, but I don't. So I don't need $100 bottle of wine. To me, if I find a good bottle of wine, $10 is a lot to spend on one. So, alright, I'm done yammering. This is my last video for now. Thank you for listening.